So, this energy is talking about the wrathful emanation of Kali Ma and the conqueror fear, or just the wrathful emanation of the divine mother, the divine feminine mother, right? Energy. Why would we be afraid of our beloved divine mother? We can recognize that she is fearsome in the sense of divine magnificence and inspiring awe. Like a force of nature, powerful enough to rattle our inflated sense of entitlement and invincibility, she becomes something we can revere, which is to honor, because we recognize with relief a power so much greater than the small-minded workings of ego. So that's another thing about ego and its limitations, and how it literally closes your mind off, right, to the great beyond, the great potential, spiritual potential, your own potential, right? And magic, right? We can dedicate ourselves to alleviating the suffering we see in the world if that is what motivates our hearts. Yet, we can also take refuge from becoming disheartened by the extent of our task because we recognize divine greatness and capacity. The entitled mind of a young soul may misinterpret such magnificence as an excuse for apathy. This is why she must be fearsome to such minds. The fear of God is necessary to trigger inner growth until the love of God is enough to motivate our hearts. Now, just so you know, you will have to watch the reading, the live before this video, because this is a continuation from that. I was getting a lot of interference or technical difficulties, so I had to start another live. So just sidebar, this is a continuation from the previous read. All right. The fear of God is necessary to trigger inner growth until the love of God is enough to motivate our hearts. So this is talking about divine wrath. She demands that we meet our potential. There is no playing small when she arises in a reading. Her appearance manifests to give us a necessary reminder to step up our spiritual game. Your commitment to the spiritual practices that suit you at this time is strongly encouraged. There are divine forces that will more than match your efforts, and a great deal of progress can be made in a relatively short time frame. If you apply yourself to a task, your progress will unfold more rapidly than you expect. You can accomplish even intimidating prospects if you harness your courage and commit to the process. To encourage such dedication, wow. She dangles a divine carrot. If we step up her power, if we step up, the divine mother's power can become our power of protection. Thus she will share her divine powers with us too. So this is also talking about an attainment or an increase of spiritual abilities as well. Powers, yeah. So a grantor of spiritual abilities, powers, and attainments. Bringing out the best in us and conquering the threats to our fulfillment. This is why the solitude is necessary as well. Her appearance in a reading augurs potential for tremendous accomplishment. Though she may seem downright frightening in what she asks of us, as we often find liberation from our fears by moving right through them, she is beneficent. Oh my God, I know this word. Beneficent. I'm so sorry. Well, I apologize. I'm not sorry. I'm not a sorry person. She is the light of sacred fire and higher awareness. I knew something told me to put that damn flame in the caption. Or tihas in Sanskrit. That is the light which provides clarity, the capacity for discernment. Without access to that light, the ego misinterprets guidance to suit its own ends and creates confusion. Her light helps us see and overcome the self-sabotage of ego and instead tune in to genuine wisdom. Damn. This is what some individuals are realizing too about those who are divine, those of you who have been trying to provide guidance, and people's ego was closing them off to receiving that guidance, right? So this is a time where people, more people are more open to receiving this guidance here. Even if it is not what we want to hear, genuine wisdom brings peace, relief, and clarity. It creates forward movement on our authentic path. By its effect, it can be known. The warmth of the fire also presents the capacity to be cooked, transformed, ripened, and brought to complete fruition. This is what's happening with us. The soul is the substance undergoing exposure to the Divine Mother's alchemical heat or alchemical heat. Some of you guys could have been seeing the words, you could be seeing the words alchemy or alchemist around this time as well. So this is just further confirmation. Hers is the promise that we shall not only dream, but do. And so we shall become what we were born to be. We are asked to embrace our true passions and allow them to burn and purify us from within. Wow, so these tantras teach how to incite every form of passion, yet teaching also the power to control them, right? So a yogini, a female adept that knows how to unleash and yet guide the wild energies of our being for sacred, passionate purpose. All right. So let's see what other messages we have. Spirit has for us. I don't know why before I started the last read, I was kind of hearing in my spirit to pull like some cards from my Harry Potter deck. So I'm gonna still do that. So this is the Oracle of the Black Doves of Africa. Wow, I didn't even pay attention to, like, it's so crazy. I never paid attention to literally the name of this oracle. Like, I was just divinely guided to it. I'm gonna show it to y'all because remember the attention to detail, right? I just thought it was so, like, I don't know, it just was calling my spirit literally. And the energy on it is just so powerful. So something about black doves. I didn't even know that there was a such thing as black doves. Like, I don't know if those are crows or ravens. Like, I don't know, or the same family. But something about those particular birds are significant at this time. They definitely significant. Yeah. I think I got my deck upside down. Do better than that, sweetie. I've used them a few times, but they're still like very, I may have to do it the long way. All right, what messages you have for us concerning this message? So we got pride, transcendence, and analysis. So there's a lot of people at this time analyzing their own pride, haughtiness. Spirit is bringing this to our attention of our own haughtiness or pride, or keeping us humble. Humility is like heavy emphasis on humility when you're witnessing people's karma or haughtiness, or even when you're out of a situation, you're not in that situation anymore. You've overcome that situation. You can have a little bit more strength or confidence than the next person who's going through that, right? But this is talking about even in recognizing these judgments being passed and stuff like that. Do not become boastful. Do not become boastful. Do not become boastful over your finances. Do not become boastful over what you have. Whatever it is, right? Humility and a genuine, like, compassion and desire for others to be fulfilled in that department, or just to receive their fulfillment, right? A healthy divine fulfillment. So, like I said, with this retrograde, there's a heavy analysis on purity or purifying away like any pride, arrogance, haughtiness. And transcend the pride when like I said, with analyzing, when we analyze others and their lives, their stories, their decisions and stuff like that, we shouldn't be analyzing these things out of pride, because it can be limiting, right? Clarify pride. I think I actually have a limit. So we got gratitude. Gratitude. We should be in an energy of gratitude, not an energy of pride. And then that gratitude, like I said earlier, should be towards the divine, right? We got unity. Unifying, having a unifying mind or desire for people to be unified with spirit, unified with themselves. And this is also just talking about the unity being reflected too in the community. Yeah, we got strategy. So this is like the divine strategy. This is definitely according to divine plan, strategizing to bring unity, to bring us into unity. But it's some behaviors and some attitudes that needs to be purified. And this is pride. Yep, wisdom. So needing more wisdom. Vibration. So this is talking about this vibration, this pride disguises doubt. That's what they're saying. Pride disguises doubt. And this is also, you see this phoenix trying to rise, but these serpent energies are these snakes. And then you have this eye here. But with these nails in the eye, it gives me bystander effect, and then it gives me evil eye energy. People literally watching people's downfall, watching people, literally struggling, like their souls struggling to be free from whatever egoic bondage or emotional bondage that they're currently in, right? Or even watching these people around like other individuals. It's like it gives me the kind of vibes of being surrounded by these dark energies that's trying to pull you down and restrict you from rising, you awakening, restrict your breakthrough, or prevent you, like pull you down or some shit, right? Or constraints. So this is what I'm getting. So this could even just be societal, the societal vibratory energy here when it comes to how we analyze other people's decisions. Look, disguised avarice. So doubt, disguise. So a lot of people's doubt that they're dealing with right now is actually disguised avarice. Avarice is a greed for materials, like a lust for materials, basically. So this is even talking about these individuals having to be purified from your energy as well. These energies have to be, like, even if it's showing up in other individuals, some people are going through a purification where they're having these attitudes, like, removed from them. They're being challenged or whatever. And for others of you, this is talking about individuals that you could have had around you that was in this energy, and they had to they got removed. And it's for a reason. Yeah, we got measurement. Measuring. So we got measuring mysteries. Measurement mysteries. So, and then we got confusion behind that. Measurement mystery. So people trying to figure out, like, trying to add things up, or like why things are not adding up, and they're realizing that this is because of like prideful or haughty attitudes, are still holding on to. Yeah, because the Most High said a death, so it needs to put a death to this energy here. But I'm also hearing too how being in this energy of avarice or doubt or whatever, it disguises your vibration. It disguises your vibration from others, or from those like who you encounter. It disguises it. So in a way, you can be pushing people away, right? Or creating self-sabotage. Some people are coming to realize this at this time, like how they sabotage their connections or whatever because of their having these avarice attitudes or this lust for materials, right? Clarified doubt. Clarified doubt. Yep. Transformation. We got transformation and death. So this is talking about a death to doubt, a death to disguising your lust, or okay, like even this too. I'm getting like even people who are like in the spiritual communities, or they're supposed to be spiritual leaders and stuff like that, but behind the scenes they're actually doing it for material gain solely, or just gains alone, like prideful reasons and stuff like that. Something about these being revealed as well, or these people being I don't know, like dealing with some type of judgment here. But just because they're dealing with judgment don't mean, oh yeah, they're dealing with, this is what Spirit is talking about too, that we need to be godly, right? Why are you celebrating? I don't know, man. Why are you celebrating somebody being so fucking deeply traumatized that, because some people, that's all the fuck they've grown up around. We got purpose. Purpose. I literally had somebody tell me that the kindness that, I've shown them, that they don't really receive that. You'll be surprised that a lot of people really don't. Yeah, because we got complexities around detachment. Or detaching from complexities, emotional complexities, in a sense of, I'm hearing like blowing things out of proportion. Is that type of energy. When you feel when you feel offended, but this says defense, but I want to say, or when you feel defensive. People feeling defensive, so detaching from that energy. I'm feeling like it's encouraged for us to move into an energy of gratitude about our purpose, or learning about our purpose, or with the Most High, with Source, right? Because it helps us be less defensive, right? We got nurturing, and then we got that skull again. So this is also talking about being nurtured during this transformation, that the universe is nurturing us, right? To will our desires into fruition. Yeah. So recalibration to your rhythm. This is everything that came out in the last read. So if you're wondering why I'm not going into detail, that's why. And then we got contentment. It's very straight to the point. Wow. I gotta show y'all all these cards. So we got lust, speed, or how it slows down your growth, or it delays soul growth, or something like that, right? All lust ain't bad, but just people reevaluating, right? What is, being wiser about this, like the sacredness of it, and the demonized version of it, or whatever, and how it creates limitations. So this is why we have measurement here, and then we have submission. So submitting to the unknown, right? Submitting to, because that's why we got questioning. Something about dark feathers as well is here. And then there's a canoe in this picture, so it makes me think about the Ark of the Covenant. So I'm getting like a lot of Ra and Anubis energy, literally. And something about earth wisdom. Now I say that because the emphasis on these roots with the wisdom card. You gain some of the greatest wisdom from dealing and interacting with the most snakiest, shystiest energies. Yeah. However, you should also have enough confidence, which would exclude doubt and shit like that. You should have enough confidence in yourself or clarity, or to allow your desire for true unity and true partnerships and, you know, real love and real support and stuff like that. You should have enough, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically building our strength to focus, to hone in more on the desires that we wish to experience and manifest and will into existence, opposed to what's being handed to us in the meantime, or what we're encountering in the meantime, and allowing the emotions stirred from that to override your desires. So this is what this Venus retrograde, this is what is helping us shed completely. Damn. I just rarely look in this book, so I just want to look really quick. Asai is both womb and grave. Wow, that's deep. Something about the color purple or purple candles could be very significant or helpful at this time. Yeah, because it represents royalty and higher knowledge, so just to help channel that energy. No, I don't think I'm going to read anything out of here right now. So for the analysis, it says, honestly review your intentions and motivations. Make sure you are clear about what they are. And then we got Imhotep here. Wow, I really should look in here a lot more. Wow, I have to read this shit. So this is one of the cards that came out with the 2 black feathers. The fear of hearing no is the #1 cause of all lost fortunes. The key represents access. The feathers depict writing, truth, spirit, and ascension messages and travel. The crossing of the feathers is the 2 sides of a situation needing to be resolved. Okay. Janus was the Roman god of gates, doors, portals, beginnings, and endings. He was probably originally an Etruscan god named Anai and was associated with the Babylonian god Uzmu, which is USMU. All religious rites begin with invocations to the... Okay. Seek answers and don't stop until you are satisfied. If you feel uncomfortable or afraid to ask questions, remember that your comfort zone is not necessarily the right zone regarding this issue. Damn. People are realizing that having a comfort zone and being in the unknown is not it. So it's becoming very uncomfortable or increasing discomfort to choose to just be in, like, to choose to be comfortable in not knowing, right? Something about having examples or just seeing how some people are just stuck in the past too. Like in the last, well, not the one I did today, but the reading I did the other day, I was talking about how I went through several like losses and gains, and it seems like as they built over time, like each loss became a bigger loss and each gain was a bigger gain. And spirit has already, you know, I know that, you know, whatever extreme period of loss, you know, it's just, I'm going to get the complete opposite of that. You know, I'm going to have an extreme gain or some shit like that. So you can't be dismayed by how long somewhat of a unwanted or is not exactly how you would like it to be moment that you're experiencing, and how long that is, you know, lasting or whatever. You can't be dismayed or discouraged by that, because that's when you basically play yourself, like, or you trick yourself out of your own blessings. And a lot of times when those thoughts become like really, really strong, it's literally because you're on the break of a fucking breakthrough, or like literally like you're at the end of the shit, literally. And it's crazy how it's so much proof that it usually works the fuck out like that. But yeah, I want to pull some of my cards too. But let's see what come out of here, because I rarely pull out of these. I swear. I'm trying to embarrass me. I'm trying to shuffle and shit. Shuffling. But doesn't it feel good to just do a kind gesture out of the sincerity and kindness of your heart, and to be able to have a positive effect on a person emotionally and spiritually? Like, don't it feel good? If that feels good to you, you're supposed to be doing that. I'm not saying you're supposed to, now we've already learned our lesson of not over giving ourselves, overextending ourselves, or, you know, making sure we're not cautiously helping. We basically making sure we are cautiously helping people. We are vigilantly helping, right? We analyze the situation with wisdom before we go in, right? And we always remember that we are always coexisting, co-creating with source. We're never going into any situation alone. We're being used. We're being guided, right? So when you feel that in your spirit, your heart, to help someone, to whatever, that's not just you. And just you should not be taking credit for that, right? Because it's not just us. It's bigger than us. What messages do you have for us? So we got values and beliefs. Something about cardinals, possibly. That's not a cardinal, but something about cardinals could be significant. Or a male ancestor, or male ancestors at this time. So we got Draco Malfoy is part of an ancient and privileged wizarding family whose belief in the superiority of pure-blooded wizards is matched only by their devotion to the dark arts and Lord Voldemort. Draco internalizes this point of view wholeheartedly, growing from a spoiled child into a cruel and arrogant teenager. It is not until Draco becomes a Death Eater and is given a horrifying task by Voldemort that he begins to question his upbringing. Have you ever had to question any of your beliefs? If so, what prompted you to begin to change your mind? So it makes me think about divine wrath, right? And that fearsome side of the divine feminine, divine mother energy that we rather avoid. And even with the Most High, right? Because we're all masculine and feminine energy. So the divine, you know, has that divine masculine and feminine energy that's perfect, right? So think about that. All right, so we have personal growth. It does not do to dwell on dreams, hurry, and forget to live. It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live. This is a quotation. This was stated by Professor Dumbledore, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So this is which movie it was. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with a little daydreaming, but it's important not to get so caught up in dreams that you forget to enjoy your life. Today, leave the daydreams behind and go outside, visit a new place, meet up with friends, or simply take a walk. Explore the world a little and see what adventures it brings you. What this also does too, it helps keep you in a positive vibration while these things are happening for you behind the scenes, like, or in the darkness, what's forming in the darkness, like the baby that's forming in the womb. This also keeps your energy, like, it keeps your energy content, right? So that these things can keep flowing. These values and beliefs, your true desires, right? All right, so we got identity. On their first night at Hogwarts, first-year students are sorted into one of four houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Each house embodies different qualities. Gryffindors are renowned for their courage and determination. Ravenclaws for their wit and wisdom. Hufflepuffs for their patience and loyalty. And Slytherins for their pride and ambition. If you could attend Hogwarts, which house do you think you would belong to, and why? So this is like finding your place, like finding your belonging, or that too. This could be talking about finding your tribe. This is talking about just reconnecting with your tribal abilities, right? I've been meditating on this lately too. I don't know about anybody else, but root work, right? When people say, "Oh, this person did roots on somebody," and da 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 da, usually it's taken out of context, and it's only used in negative context most times when people talk about it, like doing roots on somebody. But what does root actually mean? Root is talking about your base chakra, your root chakra, your grounding, where you come from, right? So root work, when people do roots on somebody to negatively impact their survival, their life, like try to kill them, or their finances, right? Their security, right? Making them insecure, or their financial security. Right? This is what root work, this is like the manifestations of root work, basically, to delay finances. Everything connected to the root chakra, and basically negatifying, I just made up that word, demonizing, or just trying to conjure the lowest vibration of the root chakra within a person. That's literally what people are saying when they say somebody does roots on somebody, this, that, and the third, right? But also root work, think about literally just healing like the root chakra, like the work that you're doing on the root chakra to build it and strengthen it, or practices or meditations, poses, mantras, different things that you can do, or grounding, going outside, sitting on your ass in the grass, whatever the case may be, different things that you can do to repair the root chakra. So just something about it, like during this loss, or something about when you experience loss, you gain a more wholesome sense of self, who you are, your abilities, your talents, what you're here for, your purpose, right? So we got experiencing loss. Professor Snape is a deeply complicated character. On the surface, he appears to be a nasty and condescending bully who hates Harry and strongly favors students from his own house, Slytherin. Right? So this is talking about like being able to respect others' differences in people's cultures and stuff like that, right? The same way we come from different family groups, or we have our own families and stuff like that, it's the same way there's going to be different culture groups. That don't mean you don't go out into the world and interact with others, right? So something about just readjusting, or just purifying these attitudes, these divinely conquered attitudes that's been heavily put on us for many, many years, right? For some of us, we are a unifying force. We can create unity. We draw unity. We draw people together. But we may have been feeling like, or misinterpreting, our not being close to people, or the lack of closeness, or whatever the case may be. We may have misinterpreted that for thinking that something is wrong with us, or something like that. And to a degree, it could have been, our beliefs, or something that could have been impacting some of us. But in another sense, I feel it's because of other people's values and beliefs. And a lot of people's values and beliefs was wrapped up in avarice attitudes, pride, and doubt, right? And so as a result of that lack of godliness within them, or lack of oneness with source and light of their ego, right, that automatically can create resistance too, because it's like people still have to have their own space and solitude to have their minds and their hearts purified and receive these mysteries, right, in solitude. And when you're always with people all the time, so think about people who are always with someone all the fucking time, right? Sometimes the longer you stay around people, or the more that you're around people, the lesser your spiritual growth or spiritual wisdom like is. When you're always around people most of the time, and you always like just got people around you all the fucking time, right? Or you're always around the same group of people, or just like for example, let's say you're used to just Gryffindor folk, people from Gryffindor, but that automatically creates limitations on your spiritual wisdom and knowledge, because these other people also have wisdom and knowledge, but they're different houses from yours. But you have to be open and, you know, willing to have differences and respect differences and stuff like that, and hear people outside of just what you're accustomed to, right? So this is talking about, in order to have this growth and this blossoming expansion, it's like you have to be open. Like, you have to be open-minded. That's what I'm getting. Like, for example, how they say that Gryffindors are renowned for their courage and determination. Okay, so you have hella courage and determination, right? Maybe you need more wit and wisdom, so you fucking with the Ravenclaws. Maybe you have wit and wisdom, but you need more courage and determination, right? And then you got the Hufflepuffs for their patience and loyalty. So now you fucking with the Hufflepuffs, or you need a Hufflepuffs people because they understand the value of loyalty, and you know they can provide a trustworthy network for you, right? Because they value loyalty. So boom. And then you got Slytherins for their pride and ambition. All pride is not negative or low vibrational. All right. Okay, we got relationships. So this was the issue in relationships, and this is talking about this, bringing this to an end here, an end to these kind of relationships here. It says, in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Ron becomes jealous of Harry when he is chosen to be a champion in the Triwizard Tournament. Have you ever been jealous of a friend or loved one? How did that affect your relationship? How can you work to overcome those feelings? So this is what's happening at this time too. People being forced or demanded to overcome these feelings here, being jealous of their own fucking loved ones and friends. People put in their life to bring happiness, to help build and generate happiness and expansion, you know, prosperity, abundance, whatever the fuck with them. But being jealous because of you being chosen, right? You being chosen to lead that, or to be able to give them this wisdom, or whatever the case may be. So something about these type of conflicts too, like, no, these energies are being purified. And it could simply be because maybe the person or the factor of experiencing losses here, or look, battling our fears and values and beliefs here. It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices. Think back to the last major choice that made you, or that you, damn, I think I said it for a reason. Think back to the last major choice that you made. What were the circumstances, and how do you think that choice fits into your understanding of your identity? So this is what these individuals, like, that's healing whatever karmic cycle of relationships here, and their identity, self-confidence, spiritual self-confidence. That's why it said to step your spiritual game up, right? They had to feel this way so that they would be, you know, encouraged or have a desire to step up their spiritual game. So this is the effect that those who are chosen has on others as well, right? Many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. So I'm hearing, like, even something here about healthy competition, to a degree. And that it doesn't even have to be competition at all. It can simply be unity and just edification. Why make it competition, right? We've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That's who we really are. So there's just heavy emphasis on this. It doesn't matter if you are a spiritual guru, you're a reader, What are your choices behind it? If your choices behind what you're doing is just to solely obtain material shit or just whatever, and that's it, but not from the sincerity of genuinely caring about people and wanting to help others, or like assist in healing or assist in shifting the vibration, right? Consider the light and dark sides of your personality. Which side do you think you have been choosing to act on the most lately? Right? All these things, this is what's being brought back up in this retrograde. Because these attitudes are literally these choices of what people choose to act on, like, or how they choose to use their light and dark is affecting like relationships and like basically unity, right? For unity to come in or for unity to expand. These fucking attitudes that's lacking compassion, being more insensitive here about their power and effect on others, right? How you choose to use your light or your darkness, the way that you choose to use that shit or act on it towards others, it makes a fucking difference. And like I was saying the other day, you can have blood on your hands by misleading somebody, like intentionally misleading someone. That's equivalent to having blood on your hands, or lashing out on somebody without a cause, or causing harm or inflicting harm on people without a fucking cause, and you just literally projecting or deflecting or taking your shit out on them. Like, that's technically having blood on your hands, because now you're sharing that pain, you know. And there's nothing wrong with sharing the pain, but it's like it's not from a place of wanting to eradicate it. It's more of a place of, I want to dump it off for somebody else's responsibility and I'm not going to be accountable for it. No, that's not happening no more. Now, if people want to choose to accept that shit, that's on them, but it's going to be real hard. It's going to be real hard because God's hand is in this. So this is also talking about spiritual language, like people having to step up their spiritual language so that they can heed the signs and the warnings, the omens. And this is why I felt led to get my Sibyl's oracles and this Harry Potter deck, because in one of the Kalima cards that we read, it may be on the last read, it was saying how, actually it was the last card we did, it was saying how people are being challenged to step up their spiritual game. Whatever spiritual practices that's most fitting for you at this time, you are encouraged to do this right now, like highly encouraged. Being forced to meet your potential spiritually, like, this is just heavy emphasis on this energy. It says in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Professor Trelawney claims to see the Grim in Harry's teacup. The Grim is a superstition in the wizarding world of an omen of death to anyone who sees it. What superstitions do you believe in, and how do they affect the way you approach your life? How does it affect the way you approach your life? You approach your life with more more wisdom and caution and compassion and consideration and vigilance, right? If you knew how to read or understand, process spiritual language from the spirit realms, the other realms, right? But motherfuckers more concerned about being in somebody's comments, arguing over foolishness, over shit that directly don't have nothing to do with them, right? It can become your problem though. If you putting your 2 cents in just, you know, with ill intent, it can become a problem for you. But why would you do that? What's the point? That doesn't make your life any better, so what's the point? Having like this type of attitude of, I don't know, like, I don't know, having that type of spiteful ass fucking attitude, just because you feel like the person deserves like that spite and to have their feelings manipulated or some shit like that. You gotta be careful with shit like that. It says working hard. Which one is this? Personal growth. It says working hard is important, but there is something that matters even more. Believing in yourself. Because there's a lot of people who don't even fucking believe in themselves. You can't count on them to believe in you when they don't even believe in themselves. A lot of people don't even believe in God no more. A lot of people don't believe in God anymore. You have people who are claiming spiritual who say that the Bible is a total fucking lie, and it's not. They're just fucking ignorant. Yeah, I said it. They're ignorant. They're ignorant. And then more than likely they're going off societal attitudes, societal perspectives on doubt. Right? They're picking up these vibrations from the masses of doubting the Most High, doubting spirituality, just doubting that, right? Doubting faith. Like, what is faith? Doubting, the magicalness of our minds, right? I don't know, just that lack of discernment shit. So we got Flights of Fancy is here as well. Let me finish reading. We all struggle from time to time to believe in our own value and capabilities. Sometimes it's important to remind ourselves of how far we've come. Make a list of 10 accomplishments, big or small. This is what we're doing anyway. Just in reflection, right? Introspection. That you've achieved in your life. Read through it the next time you're struggling to believe in yourself as a reminder of just how strong and capable you really are. So this is what's also happening too. A deepening of self-love. Going back and looking over, damn, like I literally got through this and then that, and I did this and I achieved that, and but the current moment, like in the current moment of loss, experiencing loss. Yep, I'm on point. Experiencing loss. It can be easy to fucking forget that shit. It can. This has been Obliviated. We got Obliviate is a powerful spell used in Harry Potter films to erase memories. It says, if you could use Obliviate to erase any one memory from your mind, what would it be? Or subconscious patterns from your mind, what would it be? Because that isn't an option in real life. Can you find another way to make peace with that memory? So what is the other way? All right. Trying to make sure I'm not overlooking. Where is that Polyjuice card that came out? Oh, Poly something. Polyjuice potion. So this abusing, yeah, anybody abusing love, like that's crumbling, right? At this time with Venus in retrograde. We got Polyjuice potion is a highly advanced potion that enables the drinker to take on the appearance of someone else. It is used several times throughout the films. Harry and Ron use it to become Crabbe and Goyle and infiltrate the Slytherin common room in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And Hermione uses it to take on the appearance of Bellatrix Lestrange and break into Gringotts in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. If you could take Polyjuice potion, what would you turn into? What about that person or their life would you like to experience? Now, I'm getting a whole different like message from this shit. Like, have a desire to be your best self or reach your potential, your highest potential. Not to piggyback, copy, replicate what somebody else has already done. Now, it's one thing to be inspired, right, by seeing someone else and receive that as omens of, I'm being exposed to this, I'm experiencing this because this vibratory energy or this abundant energy, prosperity, is destined for me as well, and this is why I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing it to be jealous, to be, have any animosity or envious, or to feel doubt, to feel intimidated or develop a low self-esteem or become karmic and just be that and be a bully unnecessarily. Like, this is not why, right? So people are learning the casualties of wanting to exist or replicate or live or have what somebody else's have, instead of cherishing what God like literally has prepared for them, or focusing on honing in on their own purpose and shit like that. So people are realizing the lack of self-love they have for themselves to basically put themselves on the back burner to want to be like somebody else or recreate an image of someone that's not even them. So we got in Harry Potter, this is battling our fears. In Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1, Harry tries to leave the Borrow to start the hunt for Voldemort's Horcruxes on his own. That's why in the song that I sung on the short, it says, here I am once again on unsure ground, made a move once before on my own. It was wrong. Lord, you know how hard it was. Then you picked me up and I learned, be still and wait on your words. Wait on your words, wait on your love, wait on your compassion. So some of you guys are like coming to people. There are people waiting on your words, waiting on your healing words, waiting on your compassion, waiting on the kind of love that you give because it's in closest alignment with source, right? There's literally people, you've been chosen, and there's people literally waiting for you to like have this impact, or the Most High is using us to be, you know, to basically be that binder, right? Or that bridge. Luckily, Ron finds him in time and talks him out of it, knowing that Harry will need him and Hermione to complete his quest. Harry eventually relents, accepting his friend's help and returning to the house. So some of us, like, we've been feeling like, I don't know, like we need to just stick to ourselves. It's better to stick to ourselves, and to a degree it is, but we also we had to learn how to be open to sincere help, right? And how to be patient and wait on it. Be patient, right? Don't self-sabotage yourself in the meantime. Just because it's not there when when you think it should be, that's because there's some one-on-one with spirit that needs to occur. There's some type of transformation within your soul in solitude that needs to occur sometimes, right? It really depends. It really depends. I'm just here, the Most High knows the perfect remedy for every soul. So that's why we had rhythm come out. But your own unique rhythm, but your own unique remedies. Sometimes the best way to handle a challenging situation is to accept your friend's help. Have your friends ever stopped you from making a hasty decision, or offered help during a difficult time? Did you accept? Why or why not? Do you think things would have been different if you had made a different choice? And then we got experiencing loss. I don't think I read this one yet either. Professor Snape is a deeply complicated character. On the surface, he appears to be a nasty and condescending... Okay, yeah. I did read that. So I want to repeat this. Again, we've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That's who we really are. Or how we choose to express our darkness. Because once again, all darkness is not negative. Okay. What time is it? All right, you guys. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Some of you guys can be having dreams. Can be having dreams of prosperity, like seeing a scratch off with a bunch of money on it, shit like that, right? Or something about realizing that nobody who abuses who you are, who you were sent to them to be, they can't benefit from your abundance unless they really have a come to themselves moment, like the prodigal son, like we all have to have. And I say that because you can be seeing like a lot of ones and stuff like that too, for some of you. But something about the Most High reaffirming to you, or I don't know, something about reaffirming your trust or the promise that, yo, I got you. I don't care what it looks like right now. I don't care if you don't have $1 right now. I got you, and I'm going to take care of you and I'm going to honor my word, right? Because a lot of times we have our biggest disappointments over somebody we love or care about not honoring their fucking word that they gave us, or honoring their promises, keeping their promises, right? So why wouldn't you want to be most loyal to the Most High, who's going to keep his promises, right? I ain't even put my cards back in here, right? We got white flag, surrender, surrender to grace, surrender to grace. For some of you, this could be connected to a female relative, or a female relative of yours could be surrendering or in this surrendering stage. Yeah, because we got warrior. Maybe this person could have warred against you, or could have been warring against themselves here, or this is somebody stepping into their warrior power, or yeah, something about you being something about your warrior energy here. We got increasing astrological and cosmological understanding. You can be a warrior and still surrender when it's time. It says your name is protected. Then we got silence as a weapon. So this type of warfare or attacks here, with people speaking ill on your name, or making you seem bad, or painting you out as, or demonizing you, or whatever the case may be, to others, so that it can change people's perspective of you. This is talking about you don't have to react, and you can still be considered a warrior. Just because you don't, react in a hostile manner doesn't mean that you aren't brave or courageous, or, whatever. So we got silence as a weapon. We got everything golden by Shine Glizzy. So this is definitely some like walking into an abundance as a result of no longer giving in to warring with people playing over your name and shit like that. Just being ignorant, right? And not operating from spiritual wisdom. What other messages do you have? So we got beautiful soul. Those with beautiful souls can identify others with beautiful souls, or whatever. Like, there's people, you're gonna have people, or there's people out here who see beneath the surface of your current emotional storms, and can see that you have a beautiful soul and treat you as such. But those who are incompatible, though, it's like they're going to feed illusions, or just be taken. It's like it's easy to it's easy to feed a person illusions when you have a lack of self-discipline, and you're fucking, wow, we got divinely led sellouts. What? Also, it says that the illusion of lack of support is designed to discourage you. It is only a test, so keep going. Keep going, right? Faith is the evidence of things not seen. Okay, you not. It's like that. You not seeing or feeling the shit. At most times, it's for your benefit. Like, and it's the test. It's the challenge within itself of how much like you really believe in the Most High. We got dream channelings. So, like I said, you could be having dreams about this, or just having a lot of dream challenges right now. There's a lot going on in the dream state. Actually. Those and that's why I'm saying the Most High has a cure, right? Even if it's dark in nature, the Most High has a cure for anybody in their ignorance. So avoiding dating apps, right? And dating naturally, going back to the tribal ways of meeting people. Now, I'm not saying that you can't meet people online and stuff like that. I mean, you can, but I don't know, that dense way of doing the shit, like, or like taken away from the sacredness of it. That's significant for whatever reason. We got, it is impossible to please everyone. It's impossible to please everyone. And this is what you guys are like truly accepting, or what people are learning here. Or just heavy emphasis or a deepening of this understanding. It says you've had losses, lived with the consequences with humility. And this is why everything golden. This is why everything is going to be golden. The Most High said nothing's irreplaceable. Nothing's irreplaceable when you're making decisions like in the name of your purpose, your divine purpose. We got intentional hurt is not your blueprint. Spend less time trying to control and more allowing things to unfold. This is all confirmation, ain't it? Of what's already been said. Right. Something about you guys needing connections of people who are versatile. Or needing a little bit more versatility in your life and your routine. We got responsible purchases and investments. So for example, in retrograde, it's not really encouraged to make any like new investments, do anything new, launch anything new, make any major decisions and shit during retrograde. It's encouraged to do that after. But how would you know that if you don't have the spiritual wisdom, right? It says you are gaining and attracting healthy, loving friendships. Also, spending your money wisely. Prepare for food shortage. Prepare for everything you see going on around us with these weather conditions and with judgment, revelations. Prepare for that. So take heed to omens and warnings here. Don't get caught up in other people's relationship conflicts too much so that you're just completely disconnected from the messages that the Most High is trying to give you to keep you 10 steps ahead and protect your ass. So this came out reverse. Get used to it reverse. So this is talking about don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. I had posted a status. I said, I'm still waiting to return to the land of milk and honey. Until then, I'm just a divine traveler, I think. We got burning candles to protect yourself, call back, and enhance your energy is wearing your foes out. These foes here could have been a part of trying to create this illusion of lack of support for you to discourage you from you following your divine purpose or honoring that. It says you went through the worst early so you can retire early. So it doesn't matter how fucked up the shit look right now, bro. Like, it doesn't. And this is just giving me the first shall be last, last shall be first vibes. And then we got an unexpected financial miracle literally right after that. So the unexpected financial miracle for some of us is going to be to retire early. Even though we went through the fucking worst the first half of our lives, right? It says, what shall lead to their destruction and death shall for you lead to prosperity and life. And a lot of that reason is because you're going to be helping others who are being attacked in this manner or on this certain like path in their journey or experiencing these kind of things on their journey, like, because you already been there, done that, came out of that, right? So you can help the next person. So even though whatever harm was inflicted, intentional hurt that was inflicted upon you at the time, like, it really, like, it fucking hurt. Like, it did a lot of damage to a degree, right? And these people thought that they were getting off, like, or this was benefiting them. In actuality, when the roles reverse or when things flip or times shift, right? People realize that they should have chose wisely, or to choose wisely. Choose wisely who you make an enemy. That's why my song High Priestess, I said, I'm a high priestess. I know all your deadly secrets. Never blinded by flattery. I know when you capping. Hold your breath. If it's not genuine, then it's death to you. Bridge burn, no return. Should've used your discernment. Burning with fury, burning with love, burning with passion for myself. That fire stirred in my soul. That anointing that overflows. No such thing as a dead end. Every end is a beginning. Whichever door I knock. No, whichever one I knock. There's an open door. Always more. Never run out of Jah's favor. I'm a friend of Yeshua. What's a salt without savor? Who am I without God? Who am I without source? Who am I? What's a ball without a player? It's not even a game. It's nothing exciting about it if there's no players, right? What's a ball without a player? Why stall when I'm prayed up? I'm real glow while they spray on. Beware of the soul that you prey on. P-R-E-Y. Be mindful. Choose wisely of the soul that you prey on. That's an easy way to move into a state of decay. Bring it on. My ancestors cheer me on. I'm not going to back down because I'm not bowing down to any man. So I'm not going to back down. So that's an automatic defeat, right? I'm not going to back down from my purpose. I'm not going to back down from the reason why the Most High has me here. That part. I'm not going to back down from what I have the natural abilities, organic abilities, right, to do. Why would I do that? Just to appease other people not wanting me to do the shit because it makes them uncomfortable. What the hell they got to do with me? We ain't supposed to get too comfortable any fucking way. Right? Smarter than usual. Spiritual knowledge, spiritual intelligence. We got limitless wealth. It says you have the patience required for this. Other people don't. Then we got, you need to ground more, or grounding is what helps this energy as well. Barefoot grounding. Or whenever you feel a lot of energies going through your body and stuff like that, like, or you're picking up on a lot of demographic frequencies, whatever the case may be, bro. This is talking about us grounding to relieve ourselves of those free radicals, those energies, especially during these times of revelations. Period. There's things I'll do for you that I wouldn't do for someone else. I feel like I heard that this was a message from the Most High. But you have to do what? Meet God in the middle. If you meet me in the middle, there's things I'll do for you that I wouldn't do for someone else. But this is not the answer. Murder and suicide is not the fucking answer. Just because of diversities. I'm getting like these people with this, anybody in that fatal attraction energy and they're the initiator, they're dealing with hella judgment right now. They're nightmares, freak accidents, shit falling through, or things not going as planned, whatever the case may be. Especially if they're resisting this correction from the Most High. Okay, finally getting what they deserve. We got Moon Lilith Harmony. This came out reverse. Yeah, this for especially motherfuckers who think they too fancy for this shit. Okay. Or something about people feeling entitled or justified to mistreat you or whatever because they think like you think you're too fancy in a sense of holier than thou type of energy when it's not. And but you are though. You know, like you know who you are. And your confidence comes from source, and this is why like you have that type of energy though. Look, thugging eternal from my heart. I'm thugging eternally from my heart. I think that was like Tupac lyrics. It says, Prince Hal, this is the time for we liberty. Now, I got these lyrics out of Hail Mary. I've been channeling that song all week. Hail Mary by Tupac. So something about paying attention to the lyrics in that song as well. It says, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. And then we got You Can Do It by Ice Cube. You can do it. And then we got Breakthrough. You can hold out a little longer. You can do this. Trust me. Don't hurt nobody. Because that by now we know that the ancestors, the archangels, the unseen realm, shit, they can do them better. They got the perfect remedy for their asses regardless if they violate our energy. Look, we got magic touch. They got the magic touch for that ass. Remembering things they want you to forget. So you're remembering things that maybe these foes or these people and these energies like want you to forget here. Or not even just that, but global or cultural foes, as in like the government and shit like that, or all the programming and shit, or them trying to make us forget who we really are, bro, our power. For some of you guys, this could just be the individuals that we get caught up in and just too involved with them and not enough involved with the Most High, the person who knows us the most, right? It says being just a baby mother or a baby father is not your fucking destiny. Right? And sometimes, man, I'm gonna have to say this shit. Sometimes shit happens. Sometimes like shit happens so that you avoid this. You do not get caught up in this certain pattern here. So for example, miscarriages can sometimes be blessings in disguise. All right, okay. I'm gonna read it both ways. So fake empress did come out. There could be a fake empress here who feels like her destiny is just to be somebody's baby mother or some shit like that, or this is going to be her destiny, just being a fucking baby mother or a baby, yeah. Or if it's a fake emperor, a baby father. And this is because of their lack of spiritual growth or evolution or recognition, identification, right? Or stepping up their spiritual game, whatever the case may be. Not giving their intuition the benefit of the doubt. Worrying about being so fresh and so clean and shit like that, right? But I'm talking about outwardly, like their materials, like their reputation, their clothes, like whatever. That's not the divine blueprint. That's not the divine blueprint. But if you want to follow your own devices and follow your own blueprint, then sure enough, you can be that. You can be without divine love and you can just be a fucking baby daddy or a baby mama. Fine. Fine. You don't get to know the secrets, though. You don't get to know the secrets as a result. But for those of us, you know, who we get this, it says we are beautiful. Sorry about that. So it says you are beautifying. And this is because of this purge here. Yeah, it says I am beautifying. Stepping into this moon and Lilith harmony, right? Yep, we got the time is now. The time is now. I'm being led to say you can't hear flowers grow. Or imagine what it sounds like for a flower to grow through a concrete. For every attack that somebody makes towards you selfishly, it only earns them a loss, not a gain. And then I just saw Pretty Little Fears. So J. Cole part, like I'm telling you, is very healing. His words are very healing. Really, the whole song is a very healing song. Like for feminists to listen to, we got, look, it came out again. I'm loving your light, vulnerable, letting your guard down is honorable, especially when the past ain't been that friendly to you, but there's magic in that. You're the flower that I gotta protect and keep alive in the wintertime. Hey, don't you die yet. You've been with more than a friend of mine, more like fam. I raised you, you raised me. Listen, this whole life round. You can confide in me. I can take the weight up off your shoulder blades and try to stir the pain inside of me. Like, why the world do you like that? Like, they don't know that God sent for me, I view you like that. I'm sneaking glances, thinking God that he drew you like that. Beautiful black child, come and shed your black cloud for your vibe and your smile. I don't mind a little rain. I'm your dog, ears perk up at the sound of your name. You can have this. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you really connect with Source, Source has this type of energy, like this, like devotee, loving energy for you, and also would give you the divine partner to provide this type of love for you and to conjure those fountains of waters of love from your damn self. That's self-love, right? Because you're nobody's fool, or we're nobody's fool here. And when you choose to be nobody's fool, it's a win-win situation, right? They can be laughing now, but they'll be crying later, so it's fine. It's fine, right? They're sellouts, and they don't have supernatural powers. They don't even believe in that shit. So that's on them, right? Somebody here has some very beautiful eyes, or beautiful eyes. They say the most beautiful eyes have shed the most tears. You will survive this. And half the time, these people that act out like this, or these attacks, it's because they are intimidated. They could be intimidated by your potential. They can be intimidated by your energy in general, your essence, your growth, your beliefs. It says, whatever movie or show you are called to watch has messages for you of clarity. I love myself. I'm telling you, this is talking about self-love here. It says most of your praise came from people outside, or will come from people outside of your family, your biological family, for some of you. Yeah, because some of you grew up around energy drainers, right? Then we got at peace with oneself is where the Most High, this is where the Most High wants to bring you. Yep, integrity. Some of you guys could have been some people could be depression eating at this time. This could be, you know, your foes. This could be people in karmic energies. This could even be, maybe you came out of that. But we got Lilith. Lilith came out twice as well. Your essence is triggering to those or to other people's fear-based phobias. To your ego's fear-based phobias, your essence is triggering as well. All right, y'all. This is your girl, the Authentic Empress. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next read.